I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Try it.
Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, good morning and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manningsman. Hope you're having a top of the morning this morning. Hope you're waking up to a brand new week, new hope, new dreams, new thoughts, new plans, and new ideas. If you feel down, if you fell down, brush yourself off and try again. Yeah, you understand me? I see a Liverpool fan already trolling me about Mohamed Salah. You understand me? I want him to jump onto the program and come and talk because we're going to pin the link this morning so that fans can come on and talk. You understand me? Share. This is the banter show. You get an opportunity to drop some banter today. So this is the banter show, right? I know it may be very difficult for some Manchester United fans, but hey, well, what say you? Come on and express yourself. Big up to all the persons this morning who are tuning in, who are watching us, whom are abroad. You know, these platforms allow us the opportunity to have global impact in terms of presenting content to them. So thank you all for coming in, for joining. Thanks to all our subscribers, all the persons who continually encourage others to subscribe to the channel and they themselves subscribe. It is a good thing. Keep it going. Keep hitting that like button. It is important to the growth of the channel and the improvement of the content. We are committed as a platform to improve our video quality, our audio quality, and our ability to accept calls where you can listen and the presenters, the panelists can share and you can hear them without having to hang up. So in 2 weeks' time, all of that will be upgraded, right? Because we believe in doing things with all excellence. So thanks for all the support because you inspire us to want to do better in terms of our content, right? So this is a banter show. I know many are saying that where is the interview today? Listen, if we have the amount of interviews we have for this week alone, I had to take some time today to do something else because the rest of the week will be flooded with all kind of names in football in Jamaica, past and present, between now and the end of the week, like person after person after person after person. All right, coming on to share their time in football. So we had to give the other persons who listen to the platform an opportunity to come and share and express themselves, of course. So we have to do that. But before we go any further, let me thank our sponsors, the sponsors for this video. They are Trick Nick, right? So you can check them out. You can shop at their online store at www.tricknick. That's TRICNIC, tricknick.ca. All right, tricknick.ca, and you can buy all that you need for jerking chicken, fish, doing steak, hot dog, whatever it is. You can get all that. They are a Jamaican owned company operating in Canada, and they use ground provision and spices from Jamaica to make all of their products. They are offering a 25% discount on everything that they sell, right? If you use this code, I am sure sports 001 when you go to purchase. In fact, they ship globally, and all you have to do is to spend a certain amount, and you will realize that the shipping cost, like, it's almost nothing. To go and check them out. They also have many menus and recipes available on their platform. So thanks to our sponsor, all right, Tricknick Cooks, Tricknick. All right. So bless up, bless up. So, yeah, man. How you all doing today? How has your week been? If you haven't heard, the Jamaica Reggae Girls, they played Costa Rica last night in a friendly international in preparation for the Women World Cup qualifiers that begin February of 2022, and the Women's World Cup will be in 2023. A lot of new players have been brought into the team, and they a very good performance it was. Well, I wouldn't say it was a good performance, average performance, because the Costa Ricans were down to 10 players from the 6th minute of the game. And so the Jamaican team, they were not able to break down the Costa Ricans, and the game ended in a team nil-nil draw. The Costa Rican goalkeeper did an excellent job, so we want to big up the females, right? Sometimes they're not mentioned because it is female playing, but the truth is they are just as good. In fact, I would say at this time, I would say outside of the United States and Canada, they are the third rank, which is higher than the male team, of course. And this is being done without any football being played locally at the female level. In fact, Jamaica has female footballers playing in some of the highest leagues. As you know, Bonnie Shaw was in France. She's in England. She's a Jamaican playing with Manchester City. We have players playing for Chelsea. I mean, with the biggest female teams in England at this time, which have one of the better leagues. And you know that our girls are also very dominant in women's soccer in the United States at the collegiate level and also at the professional level. So kudos to our female players. And then there's a next crop of them who are 20 and below, who are making their mark, including Lacey and Murray, Jody Brown. And you just saw we interviewed a couple on our channel, Christian Brathwaite and Avery Johnson, Maya Mitchell as well. These are 16-year-olds who are ready to represent Jamaica. So female football people in Jamaica is on the rise. And with that being said, we want to welcome Claudia Hodges, the female amongst us, right? Thank you. She's very anxiously anticipating our interview with Alan Skillcole, right? And knowing her, she's not going to stop until it happens. So Claudia, we are working tirelessly to ensure that we get that interview. But trust me, this week with the interviews that we have lined up, you'll be just as impressed with what you're going to hear. People, I am fascinated by some of these stories, and I just can't wait to hear them. Right, so we have some good stuff coming, Claudia. Unfortunately, we don't have Alan Skill Code today, but yes, we will be definitely having him on our program in the near future to hear from the general, one of those players that many Jamaicans believe is one of the best players to have come out of the country. Right, so that's where it's at in terms of female football and what is happening there. Also, let me just uh, let you know that there are still some discussions going on the what other and Mobe United participating in the next edition of the JPL. All right, and here's what we are going to do for you. Tomorrow we are going to have someone who is closely connected to what is going on, to kind of share with us from their perspective and their vantage point. So we're going to have that tomorrow along with two very good interviews. One will be at 11 and one is going to be at 4. We had to do it this way because it is available time for both persons. But they are going to be so good that you don't want to miss them. So here's what I'm going to do today, right? I'm going to pin the link for today's show in the comment section, right? And so if you want to join and discuss your team, then you can go ahead and and do so, right? Yep, we are going to do that. All kind of shows going on today. um yep, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So big plans. Just see what's gonna happen. It's going to be an interesting day. I'm telling you, interesting day. So big up to all the persons who have joined. Big up Travis Peso. Yeah, man. Ardent supporter of the channel. Someone I know personally. Big up Demo. King Jav, good to have you. Claudia, big up again. Yeah, man, really appreciate people, the love and the support. So we're going to take a quick look at what happened in the EPL over the weekend, right? Starting from the one of the better games of the weekend. I know some of you are going to disagree with that, but I believe it was one of the better games, right, of the weekend. We are going to look at that and then discuss the games one by one. All right. So we're going to look at them and then, you can tell me what your thoughts are. So let's let's jump into that. Richard, yeah, man. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Yeah, man. Blessings, 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 Richard. Yeah, man. Always good having you, my friend. All right. So, what were the scores? I mean, how did your team do this weekend? I mean, in the league, and then we're going to discuss Salah. There's a particular person in the chat who told me that Salah is the best thing right now, and at the point I disagreed with him. So will I concede that he got it right and I was wrong? Let's see if I will concede and take that. So the first game of the weekend, as you all know, was the Arsenal The Arsenal versus Arsenal versus Aston Villa game, right? That was the Friday game. Very good performance by Arsenal. Yeah. Yep. Very good performance by Arsenal. Excellent game. I believe one of the better games that they have played so far this season, and they won by 3 goals to 1. But I have the first fan on. This is a Liverpool fan. How do I know that a Liverpool fan would be the first fan to come on? These Liverpool fans, they are not easy enough. So let me take this first Liverpool fan. Mr. Liverpool, how you doing?
Who that man? Me? Southie?
Yes, sir.
I never know somebody come on. I just join the stream for go and look.
You didn't want to come on. You sure you didn't want to come on and gloat about Liverpool?
No, you don't have to gloat, man. That was expect. No, 5 love never expected still, but we expect a win. 5 love never expected.
So what you think? What you think? You know what the people them call you the Great Southie.
No. The great is reserved for Baggio.
Okay, the great is reserved for Baggio.
Baggio is the only great around here.
No, Demo, I'm healing him, man. He's going to see you heal.
Oh, Demo, where Demo then?
Demo, he's in the comment section healing you. Demo, you need to come on so you can see it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, big up Demo, man. Me and Demo lead for link up in New York here,
Demo, but he plays cricket though, Southie, so maybe you need to go and watch the cricket game. Yeah, man.
I don't know which part him there. I just see the thing there, but I don't know which part.
All right, so tell us about the Liverpool performance, man. Just
outstanding, man. Outstanding performance, man. That first half was glorious, man. Unexpected, but glorious, man. The machine are clicking like a machine, All parts are working, Yeah, all parts working, just moving. Only thing I never like is the only person I think that kind of miss, and I think him caused the injury to James Milner with a bad pass was Andy Roberts. Not the early part still, but apart from that, the machine was clicking, man.
Okay.
I have high confidence in my side. I think we're on a way where I can see where we can achieve something big this season again. If we not suffer the misfortune of last season, I think something will come on. Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you mean? A lot of people, one of the big debates now is Salah the greatest African player to ever grace the Premier League, number one, given his recent form, and is he the best player in the world right now? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't like getting them conversation about best player in the world right now, But him having a good moment still. Him having a good moment. I don't know about best player in the world. Messi still alive, and to me, Messi always the best player. See? But Salah up the man. Him a produce, so him play. A boy, I just want them sign him to the new contract, Where you say Demo? They were joke.
No, Demo said that he's going to go at lunch at 12:30, so at that time he's going to jump on. But,
them they're negotiating a contract. I hope it get announced soon that him can sign to the team. The greatest African in the Premier League. I think Yaya Toure. I would have put Yaya Toure right.
Ahead of him? Whoa.
Right now, yeah. But
how long did Yaya Toure play in the Premier League though? At a high level? Not long.
Number 5, 6 years.
I think he had 4 good years. In my opinion, he had 4 good years.
But he was very good too. But Salah is up there. He have 100 and how much goal now? 106. Leading. He have the highest score in Africa, and him take a lot less games than Didier Drogba to do that. So it's arguable. It can be argued. It can reasonably be argued, and plus him contribute to 2 big trophies coming home. So you can't even say him now win no trophy. Him contribute to 2 big trophies. So it's arguable.
All right.
I don't think him get as much respect as him forget still.
Sure.
But no, me see them talk about best. Just lately them talk. I don't think the pundits themselves even respect Liverpool like that. You know what I mean? Because before the start of the season, the BBC, when them have them people that predict the top 4 and who gonna win the title and all of that, and them had something like 26 different pundits, and not one of them pick Liverpool for win the title, you know.
Yeah.
So we know, so them not respect we like that. But them have Chelsea and them have Man U and them have, you know what I mean? But our team packed with people who already win the title, who have the experience, them win titles. Van Dijk, Salah, Mane, all of them. They have won at the top level. They have competed at the top level for the past couple of years. And I have confidence that they're going to bring home something big this season.
All right. Wait, Demo, as I know you're great, you know, because Demo jump on because you are on. So hold on. But I think this look like Dre anyways are impersonating coach's desk. Who is that person said then me coach's desk? Go ahead.
Oh, big up the coach, Minzy.
No, well, it's not somebody. Who is the coach's desk?
Me just big him up differently. Yeah.
A Preston man.
Preston?
Yeah. Southie, bless up Southie. Bless up who you know. Preston man, me talk regular man.
Oh yeah, from our
I'm trying to contact Kimo, what Kimo say, him now come on.
Oh, okay.
Contact Kimo, yeah. But I'm saying I link him uncle, him Ian Fogo for come on the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, we're gonna get Ian Fogo. Don't worry about it. But
okay, yeah, link. All right, cool.
Yeah, man. How you using coach's desk, man? And see the coach's desk over there saying you're impersonating him, you know. Careful, man. You have got to put in a different name.
No, them ask the name of the thing I'm putting coach's desk. We not use team name.
No, man. What you're supposed to do is put in your name.
Okay. Sorry. Ask me a link.
Yeah. Because this is not the coach's desk, you know. Might me get locked up, you know, because the coach's desk in here I say,
sorry, yeah. I am sure sports, sorry, yeah.
Preston, you have to jump off and then come on and put in Preston.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, you see what I mean, in a supermarket or shop for groceries, you know.
Hold on, listen to Demo. Demo, jump on and what you have to say to us out to Demo.
Yo, big up yourself, big up I Am Sure Sports, big up everybody in the comment section. No, man, I see Southie jump on, I'm here on the radio this morning, you know. Yeah. Big up the Liverpool side and who are questioning the starting lineup. Listen, man, in club we trust. You know, who are questioning why you drop money and drop Matip and all of them something the boss. No, the man make him pick him team, boss.
Demo, yesterday, Oral Tracy sent me a message before the game start, a complaint. I make him know, say, it's a true me no work at Anfield. Me trusting my coach because him do the preparation and him do the planning. And any changes them make, it must have a reason why him make them change it. Maybe them see something. Maybe them work out something, but just because we don't expect it, we say something wrong with it. But we really do have no control over that. So I don't worry about them part of the thing.
Yeah,
right? Simply because
for me, I kind of expect Matip to get dropped for the Atletico game, but I guess the music for this game. But I know Konate was going to be a looking because of Rashford's pace. So I know Konate they're gonna get a look in because they might use Rashford for run. And Matip not as quick. I know Van Dijk just a recover from injury. So I know. Yeah,
that Konate you would look like another good we'll find somebody else now, another good centre half. I think we have the best. In my opinion, we have the best group of centre back in the Premier League.
Of course, easily. And would have not Phillips in there too.
Yeah, man, we have the best group of centre backs, man. I'm confident on my side this year, Demo. I'm not lie. If everything stay on course, if we not suffer no whole for injury. Now we have injuries to the midfielder. What them say about Navigator? Them not released nothing yet.
No news yet.
So might have forgot you. Fabinho will come back weekend. So we have Fabinho, Curtis Jones and Henderson. And that Navigator might come back still. I'm saying might not see.
Read up.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you say rating, I mean
never take over the street.
That means I be a Liverpool man. I come take over the stream.
What you mean? They're not our day to the Mannings, man. Our day, you know. How we are run this today, you know.
Yeah, let him none of the Man U man them.
Yeah, our day to them, man. We big to them,
Big
man.
up
Our day we
yourself,
feel.
Lynch.
You hear me tell them on the radio, Demo. Yeah,
With
say
the Arsenal
yesterday.
fans, you know. The Arsenal, I say, you know.
Arsenal
No,
this
you have to
so we
sit,
have two Arsenal.
you have to just go and sit down and listen this.
Man is man. Make the Arsenal man rest till we're done. Make the
Man,
Arsenal man rest
you're
till
not even supposed to host no show you no money.
Really,
Hey,
my
Demo.
team wins still in a 3-1. My team dropping up. But go ahead, Liverpool
Demo.
fans and talk.
Yeah,
Demo.
yeah.
The brethren that were there on the stream, you're over your side of the world in there, you know.
Lynch,
No man,
No,
Preston.
man, the next brethren, them, man.
Preston.
Yeah, they're over your side of the world.
Okay, cool.
We have to link up, Demo, man. We have to link up for a game or something, man.
Yeah, the last time we did link at the Liverpool game, we go watch Bruno Fernandes, but we never see.
Hold on there. Demo, let Chris Lynch. What you saying, Chris Lynch? Go ahead.
More before South come off. Because remember, say, I did tell you this about a couple of weeks ago, man. Because my side say we have so much good centre back. May I ask the Liverpool man them, you don't think it's best if we switch to a 3-4-3 because it take a lot of pressure off a Trent, it take a lot of pressure off a Robertson, and because we have so much centre back now, we look good. Me see it before this happened, you know. Me not talk about a Man U game. If you ask Man U fan, me I tell him about a formation about probably 2 weeks ago. Because now young youth are come, the 3-4-3 really look like Klopp go try it sometime soon, knowing him as a coach.
Well,
what do you think about it?
My thing about that is, I don't think that is going to be something where we use consistently. I mean, we can try it for some games. I wouldn't mind try it for some games because I think Konate, Matip, and Van Dijk can play together. But I don't think we are going to make this a permanent formation and stuff like that.
No.
Klopp love him 4-3-3 and he might live and die with him 4-3-3.
Yeah,
Wait, do the year player still Demo your Trent, it take a lot of defensive duty off him. That it do to him.
What do you mean my player? Hold on. So what do you mean my player?
Trent so you're one of your favorite player, man.
Curtis Jones are my player. Nobody just show players. But
Trent are one of my favorite players.
The people in bash Trent because of defensive. And me and Manning's man have this argument the other day too on Sports Frenzy. And me I tell the man, say the system we will play, Trent are always get caught out because he's so vital to our attack going forward. He's always going to be
him play so high and him play so high, him attack so much, so there's always space behind him to exploit, you know.
So much time work.
Yeah, but that's how we decide to play and it's successful, so that's how we are working.
Exactly. So the man go always live and die by that. You see when time Trent go to England and them try to play Trent as a right wing back, he was horrible. I'm gonna think something with him for persist because he don't look good playing right wing back.
A different system same way do a Demo because Trent basically play like that.
Chris Lynch, I am a firm believer. I am a firm believer in this thing where them say, if it isn't broke, you don't fix it. See? Yeah. Right. And Klopp is a man from ever since from Dartman. Them man, they are 4 defender them I use all over. So, and for a long time when I lose a game in a Virgin, a 22 game that now we are beating, you know.
Demo, I said champion select Chelsea, and I tell him, when we do the show, Demon, I tell him what he said, we are the best team in England. When I do the match review, me see the team as the best team in England, without even being biased. Me see them as that.
To tell the truth, unbiased opinion.
Yeah, man, Preston. Hold on a sec, Preston.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Preston.
Yeah, do the thing.
You gone?
No.
Issa, let me see. Issa jump on to the stream.
Issa,
which team you support? Manchester?
No, SW6 man, Blue Boys. Yes, Chelsea straight.
Yeah?
Chelsea straight.
Chelsea straight. All right. Well, you drop 7, Liverpool drop 5. Which one of the teams look better?
Well, to be honest, Chelsea defensively is very sound. Liverpool going forward is scary. So right now, I don't know. I mean, Liverpool got us with 10 players, couldn't score. So right now it's 50-50. But I mean, each team is taking care of business, which is what you're supposed to do. So you take care of teams that are in front of you, and both teams are doing that currently, comfortably. So Yeah, and I wanted to speak on Ibrahim Konate because I don't know if the Liverpool fans knew that this guy was a good player. Like me, I'm also a gamer. So a lot of young players that like come to the clubs and things. We scout them and know them a long time. So when Liverpool got Ibrahim Konate, I was saying, damn, like I know he's one of the better young centre backs out here. So when he was going to Liverpool, I didn't like that because I knew he's good. So I don't know if the Liverpool fan base knew what they were getting. Because right now, I think say him over there waste. Because to me, him can play in any one of the top 6 clubs right now and start. You understand? But I don't know if the Liverpool fan base knew that this guy is good. As I said, we scout him long time, years ago, say, oh, he's a young prospect, one of the best 10 young centre backs in the world right now. So, yeah, I know say him good. So, them have a treasure sitting upon right now, me I tell you that.
But to fear to Liverpool though, Matip was out injured the whole of last season, came back, Van Dijk was also out, and those two look really good. So how would have it's almost something have to happen for Konate to get in because
yeah, man. I understand that, I understand that, but I'm just saying I don't think the fan base knows so them get actually real decent young centre back.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah. Soti, go ahead. You were muted. Go ahead, Soti.
No, what was his name? What is that guy's name? The one who started.
Issa.
Oh, big up yourself, man. Listen, to tell the truth, every time me used to look on what them name?
RB Leipzig. Yeah.
Yeah, because them used to always talk about the other guy, Upamecano.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Who went to Bayern Munich? Yeah.
That is the one I used to pay attention to, That is the one me used to look for and look what him do.
Yeah,
I used to see the Konate guy I play, but to tell the truth, me never pay much attention to it. Because this guy Upamecano, a theme name me used to always hear them talk about. Him everybody talk about. So
that is true. Yeah, he was the biggest one. Yeah. Because he was valued at 70 million.
Really look for.
Yeah.
So to tell the truth, is after Liverpool really signed the youth now, them start look on some video and them start read about him and see him play for the French. They must be one of the junior teams and
under
stuff.
23.
Yeah, and all of that. But never really used to pay no attention to it. Anytime we go RB Leipzig or Upamecano, me I try to see what he do. You know what I mean? So.
But the thing is though, how is he going to break into a Liverpool side?
All right. This is eventually he will, man. He's 22. But if you notice how Liverpool clap do when him bring in players, Andy Roberts never play until the November time come. See?
Okay.
He never play until November. When Fabinho did just come, there was a point when them say Fabinho vex or him disgruntled and them talk about him want to go out on loan. Because he never play until sometime down in October. So I'm always bringing these players and them not get the game right away. It's like them have to sit down on the bench and them have to know the system and all of it. Players like Salah and Mane from them, as them come them play still. Because them get the preseason and stuff. But it's something Klopp do all the time. It's something. But if him bring him in a game like yesterday game, that big game, then him trust him. Trust him and him probably will get more game moving forward.
Richard out of England say, yo, Southie all right. Man look like him just walking like the man you defends.
Oh yeah, I shop in a supermarket, Tell him to me in a supermarket or shop,
Yeah? But see you walking like the Manchester United defense, man.
I go so me I buy, man.
But Issa, let me ask you and then I ask. So is there one thing that Chelsea needs to do in terms of probably in January? Are you satisfied that you have a good enough team right now as is to challenge for the title in the Premier League and win the Champions League? And the same question for Liverpool. Is there a piece that you'd add to the puzzle to ensure that you have a good enough team, both for do the double, Premier League, Champions League?
Right now, no. I really don't see we need a next piece currently for this season. What I'm struggling with right now is the incorporation of Lukaku. You see, in some games, it is good to have have a target man, up front who can hold up the ball and push back defenses. But what happens when we use Lukaku I realized that what we did last season with a Kai Havertz and a Timo Werner and a Mount, we used to move around people's defenses and the midfield easily with those guys because they were never static. But when we put Lukaku in that team and he's the focal point, we don't get a lot of movement, in the front three like that. So some games it causes us to not have that little edge, when we're going forward. If you realize the games when he's not playing, the front three is so mobile, they move around a lot. Nobody is sticking to one particular position. We can move around the front three. So he's a good addition, but for the most part, I think that a lot of games we play better with persons in the front three that can move around a lot, and we move defenses around. If you realize the last 2 games we play, when he was not playing, we cause trouble for a lot of defenses because these guys just keep moving. You understand? They just keep moving and moving around the defenses. So okay. I really don't think we need another piece, but we need to kind of
integrate Lukaku.
Yeah, and really integrate him in the team.
The people in the comment section are saying that Liverpool need a striker and a right back on the bench. What say you, Sauti? Do you think you have enough, or you agree with that person? That is Karim Grant saying that, and Jeff Nicholson also saying that you need a striker as well.
Why we need a striker?
I think they're saying on the bench and a right back on the bench.
The way Liverpool play, like Firmino and stuff. Liverpool don't really play with a striker, If you watch Firmino, he's not really a striker, the sense of the word. Like the man is like a link-up player, just a link player, like an attacking midfielder. You watch some of the goal them yesterday, be a one touch the man a leg or and a left man. And you notice him behind the player, he's not in front of the player when the ball reaching at the goal. Because so we not really play with no striker like that. So the system we have a work. In terms of right back, would I say Trent is good for me. And you have Joe Gomez who cover right back, and you have James Milner who the guy Foden go for kill James Milner still, but he's a 36-year-old. But we have 2 right back. Joe Gomez are the cover for right back. Him also covering a centre back. So I don't think we need nobody there. So maybe Demo them have different opinions still, but me not think we need nobody there.
Okay.
I think my team is good. It's good.
The question I want to ask Liverpool fans though. I mean, Joseph Grant, yeah man, this is Sauti in the Big Apple. More real for you, Sauti.
Bless him.
Yeah, is this the last season when the players were injured, they had like the guy Reece Williams, I think his name was, and I think some other defenders. What is going to happen to those players now that Kanuti has come into the team? You understand me? Joe Gomez is not getting any game. And then you had, like I said, Reece Williams and those guys. I mean, who had to step up last season. And they did well enough. I mean, will Liverpool sell them, or are they still going to keep those players though they are not getting any playing time right now? Which is what I'm concerned about, the Liverpool team.
Well, you said Demo. What Demo say? Demo talk.
Oh, Demo. Well, Demo jump off. Him going jump on a lunch and come back on.
Okay. Me think so in the end. I never think so them youth they're good enough for Liverpool still. Them was just, to me, them have stopgap measure and them work out fine. But in the end, they probably gonna sell them youth to some Burnley and them team, and eat a food like Ozan Kabak they are now, which are them level of them youth they ever end up. But that's what I see. They're never good enough for Liverpool. Them was an emergency measure and them work out good. Because we have a good manager who can motivate them and put them in a position where they can succeed. But I don't think them youth they can play for Liverpool.
Okay.
See, when them youth they play Liverpool can't set up them defense so high in high line and all them things. They on the front three can put on the pressure upon the opposing defenders and press because them know so them have them behind them. If you notice when them play last year, we play like a mid-block instead of a high line because them now have no pace if the ball go behind them to recover, like Van Dijk and them guys. So I don't think them guys they have the quality for Liverpool. But they're a top level team. But we sell them and make a thing out for them. For the business.
Yeah, and I think Chris Lynch is saying the same thing, that we don't need that right now. Gomez is there to play right back, plus the younger guys.
We have Nico Williams too.
Yeah,
Right, cover.
yeah.
We have right back, man. We have right back. We are right.
And then Issa, somebody is saying that Chelsea need one of the Chelsea fans is saying that Chelsea need a next attacking option like Van de Beek in the January window. I think they're talking about Van de Beek at Manchester United. I don't think that is going to happen, because if that coach is sacked, then I think Van de Beek may get some more playing time, but that is dependent on whether or not that coach will be sacked.
When that coach is sacked. When?
You think so? I don't think. I think there's a loyalty to him. I think there's a loyalty to him because he's a former great. So I think it's going to be hard.
Loyalty goes so much when you have Tottenham and City coming up in the next couple of games.
Yeah. Demo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, who does Liverpool need?
Who we need?
Yeah, some person are saying that you need so to say you don't need anybody right now. Some person are saying you need a backup striker and a backup right back. Soti and Chris Lynch say no, you don't need that. What say you?
Yeah, well, my thing is, I think we actually do need a backup right back. The thing is that it's very hard to get a backup right back for Trent. He's only 23 years old, and you know he's going to start all of the games. And so that's why Nico Williams from the academy is the perfect one for be the backup, I guess, because he's not gonna really fuss for game time and stuff. Because I know him as a youth player coming through the ranks. And Trent will probably be a Liverpool for the next 10 years playing, or probably 9 years, and he might always be the starter. So it's very tough to get a top right back for be the backup, for come sit down on the bench behind Trent. And I know Joe Gomez can play right back, but obviously he doesn't offer as much going forward, but he's good defensively. So I would get a backup right back, probably not a high level one, but somebody who decent. Like we were going for Max Aarons from Norwich. Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you. But why would Max Aarons come and play? Sit on the bench behind Trent?
No, but just say somebody like that. But not say necessarily him. So it's kind of hard to get one. And I think that we need a backup striker as well. Somebody who.
But Southie was saying you don't even play that striker. So why do you need a backup striker?
No, but we have somebody like Origi, who when Klopp wants to change how we play, him would have play Origi. I know we don't use a striker necessary, but you have a backup plan. A lot of games Origi played for us, playing as the number 9, and he's played really well. I think Origi has not been treated right. I know people not gonna agree, but I think that once Origi played down the middle for us, he has always done well. And before Funes already broke him foot, he was one of the hottest strikers in the world during that Europa League run. And he was scoring goals left, right, and center. And the part he played, when Liverpool won the Champions League that season and stuff. So we want somebody. I mean, I would stick with Origi, but it don't look like them believing in him. So would I go for a striker, like a number 9. I know people say Jota can do the number 19. I don't like Jota do that. So I would get a number 9.
Who can and then you'd sell Origi.
Yeah, because it don't look like them trust Origi.
What do you think about that, Southie?
Well, we really understand what I'm saying.
Like you, I want to have 2 phones. Looks like you got money.
No. You hear that, brother?
You heard that.
The man I say him want be like me, him have 2 phones and look like they have money. Are you serious?
Yeah, man. What you say about
Origi? Me understand what Demo say. Like for the purpose where Origi serve, we could I get an upgrade on Origi for that purpose.
Okay. Yeah, that plan B thing, man.
Yeah.
Like if you have like if you had an Olivier Giroud instead of Origi.
Boss, long more as Giroud. I don't know why people don't rate Giroud.
Yeah,
but somebody
just
like
give
that.
Give you a different way of playing in certain games and at certain times.
Exactly, and obviously he's not going to be the system like that Liverpool play, high pressing and stuff. But if we need somebody off the bench to change the game, Giroud would be perfect.
I want to say one thing because I'm so I forgot still.
Yeah,
I ask Demo this. This one fine with Liverpool, right? I think we play too nice. In terms of No, for real. Like I think we play nice. Like we not take red card and them things there now. I hardly get yellow card now. You know,
Yeah.
for all the time we end up with we always end up with the trophy or the prize with the fair play award or something at the league.
Yeah.
Because we not get all for yellow card and thing, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I watch like when we play Man City, the second goal with them score. Is the second goal or the first one? Is which one Foden fire with him left foot from cross arm. But when Gabriel Jesus pick up the ball and I go across the field,
Curtis Jones should kick him down.
Curtis Jones and Fabinho, both of them could have kicked him over, right?
Yeah.
None of them do it. And then when we play Atletico Madrid, the second goal that Griezmann scored, when the Portuguese youth.
Yeah, Naby should have taken him down.
Joe Felix.
Yeah, when he pick up the ball over there, so. I mean, I say, why Liverpool not foul them players there? Why them always like? But it look like the coach no want them do them things still. So them to me like that's the only fault me always find with the team. Why them play so nice?
So here's my thing. I think as a team, you're right, but you have certain man in the team who will do it. James Milner, he will definitely do it. James Milner will always take a card for the team. So you have certain man like him, and I think him and Andy Robertson.
Remember Milner old school, you know, so that in it.
Yeah, so Milner, Andy Robertson.
And Jordan Henderson as well.
Henderson and Fabinho. Those guys, I think, they would do. I mean, Fabinho never do it in another game the way I mentioned, but I think those guys will always take a yellow card.
That goal that Man City score when Gabriel Jesus pick up the ball and start go cross. Me I said fouling that.
Yeah.
And him just make him just glide go cross until him fire.
The Manchester United fans have arrived to the show late. You know, coach is just saying that Ole in meeting now.
And that me never want happen. Me never want that happen.
So Manning's man.
Yeah. It's Arsenal me discussing. I'm an Arsenal man, but go ahead.
All right, so no, I'm gonna come off now. So I'm gonna ask you if I come off, can I still listen and stuff?
Yeah, man. You
just stay up on YouTube.
Yeah, so you see the
YouTube.
Yeah, you will see the link in the group, so
all right, man. So bless upon yourself, man.
Yeah,
big up.
Another day when we have time, we can sit down in the house or sit down somewhere and just read it, you know.
Yeah, man. You have a lot of money. You say you have 2 phones, you have a lot of money, so we know where it go.
All right, man. Bless up, man.
Right.
Big up, Stouty. Big up.
Yeah, man, cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
right,
man.
So there you go, people. That was Stouty and thing. Yeah, man. So the coach is just joining late. All the Manchester United fans. All of a sudden they're late for everything. No. They are normally very early, but as of recent, they have been very, very late to the party. But go ahead, Demo.
No. I was just saying that I didn't want that to happen. I honestly never want Ole to get sacked. I want him to carry on. I know that a lot of people think that it's a joke thing and it's just a meme thing, but me literally, I honestly want him to be there for a bit of man and give him the time. I mean, man, you finished second. You finished second last season. Give him the time, man. I need them for fire him.
Okay. All right. What say you? Oh, yeah, man. Coach is just was here earlier. Coach is just was here earlier. What say you, Issa? I mean, how well do you think Chelsea is going to do this season?
This season, to be honest, it has to be a top 3 finish or a top 2 finish. We should be going at least to the semifinals in the Champions League. In the minor cups, I really don't care about the minor, the EFL or FA Cup. We can, I don't know, anywhere in that, it doesn't really matter. But in terms of the league, we should be top 2, top 3, and Champions League at least the semi-final round. Because right now, as even last season, defending as a unit, I don't really see anybody better right now. Like as a unit, we're really gonna give you chances. You're gonna have to work really hard to get those chances. As I say, so as a unit, I don't go into games being fearful of conceding. I more think about how we're gonna score. You understand? So that's something that I always look to. And then again, what the recipe for winning the league, is beating up the small teams and at least getting a point against your rivals. And with a Lukaku in the team, you're almost guaranteed beating up a small team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So wait, you said a top three finish.
You notice he doesn't winning. You notice
yeah, come and understand why you not say Chelsea are gonna win the league. Because I am a Liverpool fan, but I had Chelsea winning the league at the start of the season. I still think that they're the champions league. So why are you not saying Chelsea, to win the league?
How many points? I don't know if you will have it in your mind. How many points City won the league with last year?
No idea. No clue.
No idea. And Chelsea was probably 15 or so points off the winner. So I'm just saying that because you still have Liverpool there to contend with and Man City. So you have to be realistic. We were probably some 15 to 20 points off the person who was winning the league.
Yeah, but when you factor in the fact that there was no spectators in the stadiums and all of those things, which I think affected how the point table ended up.
Yeah.
With those
but even if you want to say Chelsea was not 15 or 20 points bad behind whoever the winner was, it's just a fact. So I'm just saying we have to make up that gap between those two teams, which is a Liverpool and a City, and then we think about winning. If this season is just to cut that gap, if the gap is cut, then we can say, all right, we can move on to winning the league.
But you just mentioned that you have now a defensive solidity and shape that you don't worry when you're going into games. And with a Lukaku in the team, you're going to beat up most of the small teams. So when I understand why that's not the recipe for winning the league.
All of that is in aid of cutting the gap between those two teams. That is the first priority, and then we go on to winning. You know what I say? So I mean,
man trying to remain humble.
Yeah,
you don't want to put him cards on the table and then it doesn't happen. You understand?
Exactly.
The thing is, I've actually just laid out the plan and the steps. So we have to cut the gap between the two teams, and then we talk about winning leagues. I mean, we are in the process of doing that right now. I mean, and rightfully so, you guys understand that Liverpool and Man City are the two dominant teams. People are trying to catch up to those two teams. We got new signings in, get a good coach. So we are in the process of cutting that gap. I mean, these two teams have been doing it for how many years now? You understand? So we have been there and about the top four, fourth, fifth, wherever. So we're just trying to close the gap and then,
fair enough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, Coach Minzy from the coaches desk is reporting that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said he initiated the wrong tactic, while other Manchester United fans are saying that it was not a tactical problem yesterday, is that the players should be held accountable. My point is that sometimes we can look at how poor the other team perform without giving credit to how good the other team looked. So the truth is, in my opinion, is that Liverpool got their tactics so good that whatever plan Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had after the first goal, it was kind of thrown out of the window, and that kind of messed up everything. So in as much as you can say he wasn't at his best tactically, or the players didn't concentrate, you have to give a lot of credit to Liverpool. Because going into that game, many people were saying that Liverpool is going to go there very hesitant, as they have always done. But everything seemed to have changed for this particular game, and it may have caught Manchester United by surprise, and they just crumbled under that high intensity, high press. Yeah.
Not only that, Tina, I think you can look to tactics, because in the game, it's like the play. Well, let me say what I'm going to say, and then I can say that. So in the game, I saw a person like Greenwood. Sometimes he would press, at sometimes then he would start to drop back, and you don't know if the team wanted to be aggressive or they wanted to be compact. You understand? So some persons were saying, all right, doing this thing by themselves. A Greenwood would be pressing, a Rashford would be pressing sometimes. Then you just have Fred and McTominay there trying to be compact. Like, what was the instructions? What were they trying to do? So with that, you had Liverpool just being easy to come out of the press, and players were out of position. Sometimes Maguire gone off on a wild goose chase, left Lindelof alone around the back. So I mean, I don't know if they wanted to be compact or they wanted to be aggressive and be on the front foot. Doesn't matter. So I think that part of it could be down to tactics. as well.
Yeah, people, remember, once you're on the stream, please hit the like button. Don't let us have to interrupt to get you to hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, right? Please, big up to our sponsors, Trick Nick. Use the coupon code I am sure sports 001 to get 25% discount on all Trick Nick products. Listen, when you spend a certain amount to get shipping, like at a minimal cost right across the world. A Jamaican owned and operated company in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, right? Using all Jamaican spices and herbs to make all of their product. You want to jerk chicken, fish, pork, shrimp, lobster, and all the other, yeah, you understand me stuff? Just check out Trick Nick. Yeah, go ahead, Demo.
Demo, I don't know if you saw it like I did, but I would like to hear what you have to say as well.
If I saw you, what?
If you saw, like I was just saying, you know, like they were half.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you said that a lot of that can be down to coaching as well. But listen, for me, it was a lot of individual mistakes. I don't think I'm putting a lot of this down to the players. I know a lot of people blaming Oli and stuff, but when you see Maguire and Luke Shaw go lick up in each other, and like, but what? I don't understand. You mentioned Maguire going for strolls and all of this stuff. The clear chance that Bruno Fernandes got in at the 3rd minute of the game, where usually he would have put away easily and slice it wide, and some other ridiculous errors that the players were making on their own. You can tell that they were frustrated, obviously, by the results that was happening, and probably frustrated with themselves. Ronaldo forget a red card for kick up my ball or so.
No, he didn't kick the ball. To be fair, Demo, he didn't kick the ball. I kicked the ball.
No, you cannot do that.
He didn't hit him. No,
but it no matter. You see the intention. Did the man take 3 swipes? You know, wham. No, the little 20-year-old man a kick up so for what?
No, I don't agree with him getting a red card.
For me, that's a red card.
If his foot actually caught Curtis Jones, I would have said red card. But it was a ball that he hit against him, and the whistle was not blown at that time.
Yeah, all right, fine. You can have that, but for me, that's a red card. It was very, I can tell, and everything started to blow. But for me, it was a lot of individual errors and mistakes, and I mean, you can say coaching too, but yeah, I mean, Liverpool made them look very silly on the day. And I know Manisman mentioned, you know, going into Old Trafford and looking timid and stuff, but I can tell you from the Liverpool camp, when we went there last season, when they didn't have fans, I was smoked them 4-2 it was, with Reece Williams and Nat Phillips at the back. I can tell you that a lot of the guys, they were confident going. I mean, a lot of the fans, they were confident going to Old Trafford again, this time with Ole as the coach still. So, yeah. I mean, we had a lot of confidence. So that's 9 goals in 2 games at Old Trafford for us.
Yeah. Let me ask you, because some person are saying it's a red card, all right? I remember the Arsenal game when James McArthur, what's his name? McArthur, who kicked Saka. And many people were saying that was not a red card. So how is this Ronaldo on a red card? I'm saying that he didn't kick the player, he hit the ball. You can say
man, you also had people who were saying it was a red card too for McArthur.
Really?
So you had a lot of, it's not just people saying it wasn't a red card.
I think if he had hit the player, it would have been a red card. The fact that it was the ball, and he could say he was trying to kick the ball across the goal.
No, man, it's bad. No.
Not that if he got a red card, I would have complained.
Go and watch it again.
All right, but I saw it, I am saying that if he got the red card, I would not have complained. But the fact that it was not given to me, I am saying it's okay. It's okay for it not to have been a red card.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I have 1 minute before me to go up, right, man? But more and leave by saying this. You see, I was one of those guys who was very happy Ronaldo chose to go back to United, because I knew for a fact that he's going to play a lot of the games, and what the others would offer, the Cavani's and Greenwood and Rashford of this world, in terms of pressing, he is not going to do. He's going to roam around the field and he might pop up with the odd goal here and there and the winners because he's Cristiano Ronaldo. But for the overall team play of what Manchester United wants, he's not going to. You see how much space Van Dijk and Konate have on the ball yesterday? Because he was leading the line. They could just pass the ball at will. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I was very happy he's there. He might we score winners here and there, but long may it last. And I hope that Manchester United don't finish in the top 4, because I didn't pick them to finish in the top 4 this season, and it's looking very possible that that might not happen.
Hey,
So,
Demo, before you go to it's the same thing with me. If I could show you my messages, I can screenshot them and show you. For every last minute goal that Cristiano Ronaldo score,
yeah,
I tell my Man United friends, it is paper over the crack. You
exactly,
understand? Because you guys know some have a big problem. So every last minute goal in score paper over the cracks, because I know in the long run it's going to show. And it's showing.
Yeah. And
It's
things
showing.
coming out of the camp say him and Greenwood not see eye to eye, or him frustrated with Greenwood taking shots instead of passing him the ball. I mean, no, so them things that they are gonna happen. I call it very early.
All right.
So again, big up yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Bless up the money. Yeah, man.
May I go upstairs and go watch it too?
Yeah,
man.
Big up,
right now, man. It's big up yourself, Demo.
Yeah, man. All right, people. What? Here's Jeff Nicholson saying that United could have played a better game if players showed up, and Pogba red card said it all. United was straight at Liverpool and got an opportunity early that could have changed the game. Right. I think I agree with you, Jeff Nicholson. Too often the coaches get all the blame. When the players didn't turn up, I told people, watch the game. Harry Maguire was atrocious. Bruno Fernandes in this particular game was not doing enough tracking back to help out Luke Shaw for a couple of the goals. So the coach got some things wrong. That was a stupid red card by Paul Pogba. Never needed to make that challenge given the situation of the game. Of course, the game had been lost by then. But even if your team could have had a fighting chance, I mean, you just messed up everything. So some of the players must be held accountable, though I think the coach has admitted that he made some tactical errors. So he must get some beating as well for it. But he is not the only one that is supposed to be blamed, right? He's not the only one. All right. So Kev Jarvis said you can see that there was intent to lash out at the player. They were closer to the corner flag when it did. Yeah, like I'm saying, if he had touched the player, I could have seen it being a red card. But the fact that he did not touch the player, I understand the referee not giving a red card for it. Right then, Man U defense structure was in shambles. Never where to go on position. Ronaldo did get a card. Any incidental impact upon the player, and it would be a red. Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Denzel Chin, right? Yeah, man. And the truth is, without Pogba, the game was done. So all I'm saying though is that Pogba should not have taken the red card. I'm not blaming Pogba for the result because I had picked Pogba in my starting 11. I see people still blaming Fred. And Fred was probably one of the better players on the field yesterday. And people are saying it is Fred and McTominay. But Fred was probably their best player. Their best player. The coach needed to take some blame. But Harry Maguire was poor yesterday. Bruno Fernandes was poor. Cristiano Ronaldo was poor. They have to take some responsibility. The thing is, when you have a certain kind of player like a Ronaldo, you can't substitute him. It's hard sometimes to substitute him, especially when your team is down, because it may cause problems. It may cause problems. Yep. Coach means said once a coach said it, that's it for me. Yeah, but coach means you have to admit that sometimes a coach will say something. The coach will say something, and what happened is that he says that to protect his players. So when Ole says this, he's really probably thinking about, I don't want to throw my players under the bus. So it is easier for me to go out and say I got it wrong than to say Bruno wasn't tracking back, than to say, my captain had a poor game. He He just took it because he knows going into that dressing room, he's going to need the support of the players. So he would rather take the blame than to throw any of the players under the bus. That is my interpretation of Ole basically taking the blame. Boy, the Liverpool Jarvis said that anybody would be poor yesterday when you consider Liverpool. Yep. Well, that is true. And I think that, like I've said before, they must be given a whole lot of credit for what happened. All right. I think one of the other games that we can look at, I think this was a very good game as well, was and talk about it a little bit, the Watford versus Everton game, that 5-2 game, where Everton lost the game to a hat-trick by Joshua King and help Watford under new coach Claudio Ranieri, who took the first game to really look at his team, and now this game he got them playing how he had Leicester playing when he won the Premier League title with them. What people, I want you to watch this Watford team with this coach. They call him the Tinkerman. He's the original one with that thing. And come January, when they make some additions to this team, this Watford team is going to cause a lot of teams problem. You understand me? So look out for them. Demari Gray didn't have one of his monster games as usual. Coaches there says it is true though, he got the tactics wrong. In my estimation, players could have done better as well. Yeah, that's it right there. Jason says this Manchester United story is very familiar with what's happening in another place. We know the manager is clearly out of his wit. Yeah. I figure I know what Jason is talking about. It probably has something to do with some local or some Caribbean related coach, playing in a particular qualifying tournament. But we will leave that one alone. But earlier, Eagle Republic put up a comment that I want us to go back to because I think it's something that some of us have identified. Respect Eagle Republic, always finding some good information, seems to be following the football a whole lot, checking out things all over. And he says, management, I don't know what is going on with Lowe, but he's having a terrible game against Smusha in the Egyptian League. Hope I pronounced that right. Coach Benzies can speak whatever language they speak in Egypt better than the patois sometimes that is written or typed. His team is down 3 and he has been substituted in the first half. Maybe he's injured because you know that in the World Cup qualifiers he looked very injured. He just looked. I think since I've been watching Lowe, that game in Honduras is one of the worst games that I've seen him played in the Jamaican shirt. And so something is happening. Maybe he's injured and he's playing and he may need to take a break and recover if that is the case. I don't know. But I think that is something is happening there. And then Eagle Republic also has a earlier comment. He had an earlier comment where he says El Salvador plays Bolivia on the 5th in preparation for the Jamaica games. They also have 2 more friendlies lined up in December. I wonder if Tapper Whitmore and his analysts will be watching. Well, yeah, I think you could look at them and see what is happening. I think they have to do this because they need to do something with some of their better players being out. So we should try to get clips and tapes to see what they are doing. Again, unfortunately, Jamaica can't do that because most of our players don't play locally. You understand me? Most of the players don't play locally. So even if you play a practice game, you're not going to see the players who are going to play, none of them probably going to be in the starting 11. So we can't put on any practice game. I think most of the El Salvadorian players, they are playing in the league in El Salvador. Maybe they can have Javon East visit the game, watch the game, and see if he can send some highlights and clips for them to analyze and stuff. Maybe that's an option because isn't Javon East playing in the El Salvadorian league? And so maybe he could do a clip of the game and send it to us. But yeah, it is. I think let's get back to the Damian Lowe situation. Something is wrong because he hasn't looked himself. I'm wondering if it is injury or it is fatigue with all the travel and playing. And I would hope that you take some time to rest and recover. And think people remember to smash the like button when you jump onto the channel. Our next goal is to get to 1,700. We're like 40 little bit away. So please, yeah, man, jump on, hit the smash button, the like button, smash the like button, please. All right. Yeah. So Low, I think need to get some rest. Javanese, right? He's in Costa Rica. Who we are playing in El Salvador? Who we have playing in El Salvador? Is that where Kemal Malcolm is, or is also in? I know there was a time when we had Sean Fraser playing in El Salvador. I think we have a player playing in the El Salvadorian league, you know, or he no longer plays there. I need to check that out. I wonder if Fresh God is on, because Fresh God normally have these things down, you know. As well, Craig Foster. Somebody saying, okay, Craig Foster is over there. Good. Former Arena man, former Humble Lion man, one of those clinical Premier League center forward. Oh, Kemal Malcolm. Yeah, Kemal Malcolm is down there as well. Think he's on loan from Arnett Gardens. Yeah. People, I want to tell you this, right? That when you see this kind of thing, you know that you know that El Salvador, they are not blessed with forwards because they are taking forwards from Jamaica to play in their leagues, which is saying that the league over there, they are not blessed with center forwards. So this means that going into this game, Jamaica should be gunning for the win. Yeah. Of course, Jason, tell them to go and take some video, man. Get the phones and video and give them a little stipend for sending back the clip to Jamaica so we can see what the El Salvadorian team. Nothing is wrong with that. That's good scouting. Big up Tennessee in the building. Yeah, man. Good to have you in the house. Listen, remember our video is sponsored by Trick Nick, right? Visit them at www.tricknick.com. tricknick.ca. You'll see it scrolling across, right? You get 25% on all their products if you use the code I am sure sports 001. This is a company that is owned by a Jamaican, operated by a young Jamaican who played the Costa Cup football in Jamaica as well. Uses Jamaica herbs and spices to make all their products. One of these days, we're going to have him on the platform talking about his days playing schoolboy football, played with the likes of Nikolai Finlayson and Rondell Morris. So check them out. Let me just give you a little highlight about them. Here you go.
Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Yeah, there you go, people. Check them out. Give them some support, right? They're supporting the work, so support them by reaching out and purchasing their product. Mikel Antonio scored again for West Ham as they defeated the rivals of my club, Tottenham, by a goal to nil. Corner kick that came in, and he was there to knock it in. Very happy for Mikel Antonio because a few games had gone and he had not scored. Very, very happy for him. I hope he takes this form into the upcoming window in November, because we need Mikel Antonio firing. I am glad that Aston Villa are taking all the precautions with Leon Bailey, because we also need Leon Bailey firing, right? We need him firing. And again, I am encouraging the Jamaica Football Federation. I am encouraging you that to reach out to Demarai Gray. I know we have a lot of players, but this is a quality player that if added to this team, he will help us. He's out there, he's ready. All he needs is the conversation. And so I'm asking the head of the technical committee, the team manager, the coach, the assistant coach, to call his agent, have the agent connect you with Demarai Gray, talk to him about the vision, sell the product to him. And you have like 2 days, like if you don't do it by tomorrow, you don't give yourself enough time for every other thing else that needs to be done for the November window. Time is running out. Make the contact. You understand me? Yeah, I know you have other players, but depth is important. So reach out and make this happen. Make this happen. He's 25, meaning the window for him representing England is slowly closing, and we have the opportunity to snap on a player like this. So jump on it. Jump on it. Right? Jump on it. I want you guys to jump on it. Get on it and make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. Don't let me have to come into Kingston and walk up and down with my placard to sign the man. Make it happen. All right. The other thing I want to speak about, I know we are doing the banter show, but as it relates to the GFF is, please, the fans need some update about what is happening in terms of your discussions with the government concerning allowing fans into the stadium to celebrate the 23rd year of our qualification to our first senior men World Cup tournament. You owe it to the fans to at least speak publicly and to let us know that you're in discussions, you're in negotiations. This is where the process is at. This is what the possibilities are. We need to know what the plans are, so that if people are required to do tests, whatever people are required to do, they can start putting things in place. There may be people in the diaspora who want to travel to the game, and they need to know. What we don't want to happen is that we turn up at the stadium and they are just as much Americans in the stadium as Jamaicans. That cannot be allowed in the celebration of our 23rd year. There are persons out there who will volunteer their wisdom, their knowledge, and their understanding of the dynamics to help you in this. Reach out. Can give you some of those names that that can aid you in this process. In fact, I'll go as far as say, you see this marketing position that is now void? I have persons that I can suggest to you that would be willing to take up some responsibility in helping you and helping Jamaica's football at a I would say some probably even for free. Persons locally and abroad. All right, there are enough intelligent, well-thinking Jamaicans who, if there's a clear plan, they would willingly offer advice as to how we can get this marketing thing going. The other thing is what is happening with the website. For months now, the website seems to be out out of operation. We can't be in this very crucial time. A domain name and to host website yearly is under $100. So there should be no excuse as to why a website is down, because it's inexpensive. People even pay for hosting and the domain name, and they are not doing anything on it. So there's no excuse for the website to be down in this crucial time. On these platforms daily are many young men, young women who are able to help with some of those things. Maybe voluntarily, maybe for a stipend. Reach out. I don't want to say swallow the pride, because I don't think there's a pride issue. If there is, I don't know. I'm not going to say there's an ego issue. But come on, we can do better. Yeah. There you go. King Javi saying, I am making a website right now, management, and it is not hard. A chat, that's what I'm saying. A website, listen, a website is so easy to keep up and to maintain. It's under $100 to keep it for a year. Some of them it costs you like under $50 for the domain name and having and the hosting fee. And all you need sometimes is for somebody to upload pictures, to type a message. It can be done accessed from a cell phone. It can be done remotely. Like you could have somebody like there are people in Sweden, in all over the world. People could be in England, America, all over the world, who manage the website at a minimal cost. We are in a modern time. And so I'm saying this because sometimes if you don't know, you don't know. So I'm using this platform to speak to those who listen. Right? This is not to beat or to argue or to be disrespectful. This is just to direct. All right? See King Javi saying that they already have the domain. You can host a good site for $40 a month. There you go. And that's US, 40 US. It's not expensive. Not expensive. I am sure that if you check out the Coach's Desk platform, Reggae Boys Commentary platform, I am sure platform, Ryan LFC chat platform, the Formula Sports down the middle, Talawa TV, Unseen Sport. You are maybe missing out. Am I missing out? Ryan LFC, I think I said that already. If you check out these websites, in the comment section, you can find at least 5 persons who are equipped with the necessary knowledge and experience to even offer help in these things. Have some subcommittees with some younger minds. I'm not asking you to put them in major decision making positions, but have some subcommittees working on some of these things. As we have been doing the Legends Corner, and we're going to pick up on that tomorrow with some very interesting thoughts on some of our legends. There are players who have represented Jamaica that want to find a way to help with the football. Let me say that to you. They want to help with the football. What they don't want to do is to put the money, say, in the hand of the GFF. This is what I've heard from some of them. But if they are people who are going to reinvest the money directly into youth development, there are persons who have represented Jamaica they are willing to give $50 and $10 and $20, some even more, for the purpose of doing some stuff to help with the football, which could mean that they would be willing to put money together that we could be doing. As an example, if you could get permission from the government, you could start assembling some 17-year-old boys every month, like for 3 days, because it's like an online school. Maximize the time. If you can get some 17-year-old and say, listen, you have online school, come up to this week, we're going to take 30 of you from Cornwall, not Cornwall College, the county of Cornwall. Next week, we're going to take 30 from Middlesex. Then next weekend, we're going to take 30 from Surrey. And what you do, you have them up at the center. All of them, of course, do their COVID test, all of that. You provide meals for them, all of that. And here's what you do. They do their online school and they train. All right? So that means internet access must be made available up at the center. They all do their school. And you start selecting some. So you start working with a core. There are enough well-thinking Jamaicans, home and abroad, that would give money like directly to things like this. We need to be forward thinking and planning in our approach to the football. We can't sit on our laurels and wait for campaigns to start getting things in order. The preparation for 2026 starts today. And I know you're going to be saying, but we're running a next campaign. You know what the Americans are doing? I can tell you this in America, what they are doing. They have things where they are bringing together their best talents from now, while the senior team is out playing. They have camps regularly for top talents at 17 and 16, preparing for 2026. That is also happening in England. What are we waiting on? I'm saying that it's okay. I understand that you don't have the money. But there are people who have the money that are willing to do this. There are Jamaicans, for example, with their kids in academy. We met one last night on one of the streams. I can't even remember. I think it was on the coach's desk. I think his name is Lulu, who's Lolo. Don't know it's pronounced, forgive me. Who said that his son is in, I think, DC Academy, and he wants to represent Jamaica. I am sure if he knows that there's a camp for his son where he's going to be allowed to do online school while he's at the camp for 4 days or 3 days, he would probably send him. This is the kind of forward thinking we need in the football. We can't be sitting down and say pandemic. Everyone else is making progress in the pandemic. You have heard the story about the men who went over into one of those into the continent of Asia, in one of those countries, and two of them went there, and one saw the people without anything. They were barefoot, walking up and down, and he broke down in tears saying, oh my God, look how the people are suffering. I can't believe this. How could people live like this? The other one saw, and he was he was smiling all the way. And the one who was depressed by what he saw could not understand. All right? When they came back to their home country, the one that was smiling started a company that made sandals and became a billionaire. In other words, both men saw something. One saw distress, one saw distress that provided an opportunity, and he maximized the moment. Listen, the pandemic is affecting everyone all over the world. All over the world. So here's the thing. Look for what we can do in the midst of the pandemic. Shelly and Fraser Price is still training. Elaine is still training. All of these guys. Why? Because they can't sit down and wait until the World Championship next year to start preparation. They're not going to allow the pandemic to stop the progress of their thing. So in the same way, I am encouraging the stakeholders of football at the highest level to consider some things we can start doing today in preparation for 2026. Greetings, Ishmael King. Welcome, man. Another idea. Some sponsors of these kids to academy in Florida. Let me give you an next example. I mean, some of you know Mr. Porter, Coach Porter, Devon Porter out there in Canada. And you have many Jamaicans who work with academies in the Carolinas. That's North and South Carolina, in Atlanta, in New York, in Florida, all over. So here's what you can do. Call up some of these Jamaicans, right? And say, can we send 5 of our players? School is online. So maybe you can do something where you have 5 of them go this academy and you end up sending 30 because you have 6 academy willing to take 5 of them for 5 days. Their parents would be willing to do fundraising activities to raise funds. Alfredo Montesa is here. He's available. He's willing to take either coaches or players to just teach them some things in Brazil at international. Call him, work out something. I mean, he wants to come back to Jamaica and do coaching seminars. I can work with him so you can connect with him to work that out. These are the kind of forward-thinking stuff we need in the football. We cannot sit on our laurels and wait until 2024 to start preparing. We will be left behind. The arc to the 2026 World Cup will leave us if we wait until 2024. I am sure about that. Yep. So JFF, let's get it going. Let's get it going. Upward mobility. Ride the wave. Ride the wave. The more good things people see happening is the more resources they are going to pump into it. Talking about financial resources. See, ideas, that's what they are. It don't have to be exactly how I've stated it, but at least it can be a part of how it is done. Meaning you can add, you can tweak, all of that. There are many kids that that could be, like the government said they can't have a camp. That's in Jamaica. We could have found a way to keep the camp in other places. Oh, I have my good friend here joining me. Chris, the sports guy. Long time, my friend. People, this is a big analyst. Before me even say anything, let me just tell you this. If you have not checked out his channel, you need to check it out, right? Chris, the sports guy. He's normally on Sundays. I think a lot of his live videos are on Sundays at 3.
At about 3:34.
Yeah. And I know he has been inviting me over there, but man, I'm telling you, I'm going to make a commitment to come over on Sunday and join you.
Yeah.
But guys, always at the JPL games doing commentary and analyzing the games and stuff. So check him out. He knows the football in a little bit. So what's going on? What's going on today, my friend? Yeah, man.
I'm good. You know, a lot of stuff has been going on in the football world, especially when it comes to Manchester United and Liverpool, because that aftermath is like a domino effect. You know, we've gotten reports that the director Richard Arnold is meeting with one of the Glazers today to see what's the future of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So it's been a difficult time for Manchester United. This is their heaviest defeat by Liverpool at Old Trafford in the Premier League era. This is the first time a player has scored in Mohamed Salah a hat-trick against Manchester United in the Premier League era. And that shows you how good he is right now. He's on the form of his life, in my opinion. Not even when he broke the record for the most goals in a 36-game format for the Premier League was he on this form. I think he's on the form of his life, and I think it would be a robbery for him not to get that Ballon d'Or trophy, because is there anybody else that deserves that trophy, to be honest? So I think that Liverpool is just playing well. They are really setting a standard, and they're going after Chelsea, because Chelsea are atop the table right now. They're ahead by a point, and they're looking to capture, I believe it's their 7th Premier League title, Chelsea, but Liverpool will have something to say about it because they're clicking on all cylinders right now. They just need Van Dijk to be Van Dijk, because I don't think that he's his true self. He's just probably tried to wear off the injury, even though he did come back, but he came back at the start of the season. So I think that overall Liverpool is just clicking on all cylinders right now. But even though James Miller has been an engine man, or should I say a serviceman, playing for Newcastle, playing for Manchester City, coming here and playing for Liverpool, he has been such a good player so far for them this season. He has somewhat revived how good of a midfielder he is, or how versatile of a player he is this season, especially in that 3-man midfield. And many persons think that, you know, having Jordan Henderson and James Miller in that same 3-man midfield is somewhat counterproductive, but it's like they have not missed a beat. So I think that Liverpool is quite impressive so far. But
I realize, Chris, I realize that you have spoken of Liverpool, you have spoken of Chelsea, but you made no mention of Manchester City.
Manchester City, of course, there's no doubt that they're always going to be in the running, especially with a man who has achieved so much domestically. The only thing that is left for him to do something for Manchester City's international-wise in terms of that Champions League trophy.
Yeah.
He has won a domestic treble, won the Carabao Cup, won the FA Cup, won the Premier League, and he, of course, is looking to get that elusive Champions League trophy. Came close last year against Chelsea, but Kai Havertz was just Kai Havertz in that one-on-one situation that really kicked them in the gut to capture that Champions League trophy. So I think that's all he's left to do, in my opinion. I think that is what he should be chasing. To be honest, he doesn't need to necessarily go forth with a Premier League trophy. He has done it quite a number of times for Manchester City. he needs to win that Champions League trophy for Manchester City. The last time he won a Champions League trophy was with Barcelona and it's his second club after Barcelona. Didn't win any with Bayern Munich, and came his closest with Manchester City last season. He has to win that elusive Champions League trophy, man, because he has won everything. It has gotten to a point where when he wins this trophy, if he wins the Premier League trophy, people are not gonna be surprised. That's how dominant he has been in England in terms of Manchester City. But you have to give props to Phil Foden. He has been a very important player for Manchester City, and he has grown to be an important player for Manchester City. Even in the absence of a man like Kevin De Bruyne, he has always been there to step up, create a lot of plays, score a lot of fantastic goals, and just really, when he can, with his skill, boss that midfield. His dribbling skills are actually very much underrated, Phil Foden. And I think that is what gets him a lot of space. So Manchester City, of course, is always in the running, but I'm telling you, it's something that I don't think he needs to look to in terms of winning trophies, but he should look to that Champions League trophy, because if he doesn't, then somewhat
it will be a dent in his legacy.
Yes, I think so, because I mean, persons have said that, well, he couldn't win it with Bayern Munich. I mean, what is he going to do at City? So I think he has to do it to really cement how great of a coach. He's a great coach, but I think to really cement it, he has to win that Champions League trophy.
I agree with you. I think that is, if he doesn't do that, like I said, the criticisms are always going to be there. I think that is the next. And what I also believe is that if he wins it again, he's going to move to international football coaching.
I would love to see where he goes.
Yeah, I think he's trying to prove that it wasn't a Barcelona thing for him in terms of the Champions League. And once he accomplishes that, I could see him taking on an international team. I don't know what team that would be, but I could see him leaving club football to take on that challenge to prove himself there. But I agree with most of what you have said. I know Demo, who is a Liverpool fan, said to me earlier a few weeks ago that Salah was the greatest thing right now, and I kind of disagreed with him, because I said it was just 7 games at the time. But just looking at what he's doing, I really think, like I said, the Ballon d'Or is his, and I don't see what name comes in. Like, it can't be Lewandowski. The
only reason why I would put Lewandowski in that conversation is because I thought he definitely was outdone the year Bayern Munich was dominant. I think that he was that year when he was absolutely flying for Bayern Munich when they won those I believe 6 trophies in one calendar year, 7 trophies in one calendar year for Bayern. They should have held the Ballon d'Or that year, which was last year, and I think that it was just a disservice to him, and I think that is the reason why I would put him in there. Plus the fact that he has broken a record in the Bundesliga,
right? The goal scorer Bundesliga,
for over 4 decades, and Gerd Müller is not a slouch either. Gerd Müller was a fantastic player for Bayern Munich, and I think to break his record of over 40 goals in a season is something that is amazing. For the fact that it couldn't be broken for 4 decades, over 40 years, and finally was broken by a quality number 9. I think that he should be considered. So I think that because he was outdone the year before, I think they should have kept the Ballon d'Or virtually, like how they kept the FIFA award ceremony, and I think he should have gotten it that year. But the fact that in 12 games you have been involved in 20 goals. That's 15 goals and 5 assists across all competitions. 12 games for Mo Salah. I think the Egyptian has been absolutely flying. It took him over 80 less games to surpass Didier Drogba as the highest scoring African in the Premier League. And Didier Drogba was a dead centre forward. Most of his career at Chelsea was a centre forward. Mo Salah is a winger. So for the fact that he's a winger and he broke this record, I think that there's no doubt if it's not Robert Lewandowski by virtue of being outdone, then Mo Salah should get that trophy. No doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's nobody else out there. No Neymar, no Mbappe, none of these guys. No Karim Benzema. It has to be between those two players. So we'll see where things will go. But so based on that, I think you believe that right now Mo Salah is the best out there. Hands down.
Yeah, no doubt.
On recent form. But what
recent
I mean, because you're a Manchester United supporter, right? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Is it the coach, or is it the coach and the players, or is it the players that they're underwhelming? The players were just underwhelming yesterday, or is it primarily how would you assess that? And where does the blame lie? Maybe in terms of percentage wise.
All right. So I've been crying that Ole does not know how to coach the team. I have been saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is out of his depth with this team. There's no way Paul Pogba, who has shown this season that on an average day he can pick somebody out of anything. He has had 7 assists so far, which is the most, I believe, in the Premier League this season, right? And you don't start him against a Liverpool team where if you get the ball, man, you're going to need somebody to create and start that attack. Now, there's no way you can be putting Fred over Paul Pogba in a starting 11. It cannot work. Now, Scott McTominay can play that CDM role because Scott McTominay plays centre-back for Scotland. So he knows how to break up plays, knows how to intercept plays, knows how to tackle. I would put Scott McTominay and Paul Pogba. So you have Paul Pogba to switch that with that cam role between him and Bruno Fernandes as well. And that would have been somewhat a very good lineup. Or even switch the formation to a 4-3-3, have Scott, have Bruno, have Pogba in that midfield three. And then up front, you can have Sancho on the right, Cristiano Ronaldo in the center, and Marcus Rashford on the left. These are the type of things that Ole cannot do. But I am not going to put 100% of the blame on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Because once you are on the pitch, Ole is not who you're playing for. There's a badge on your shirt or your jersey for a reason. You're playing for the badge. You're playing for the club. You're playing for the fans at Old Trafford. There's no way I am a Manchester United player. And as bad of a direction as Ole is going into, I will not make a fool of my team at the hands of my rivals. That has been my rivals for decades. There's no way I would do that. And I think that, yes, the players did not play well on Sunday. It was an embarrassment. So I put probably about 40% of the blame on the players, but I put 60% of the blame on Ole. You see something like that, if Sir Alex Ferguson was seeing those type of performance management, and I know you have been watching football for a while, he would pull those players 100%. Players who are not performing. So I think that overall, Manchester United did have a bad performance, but I would put 60% of the blame on Ole because as a coach, you need to do something. What is your other game plan? Plan A didn't work. Where's plan B, plan C? And yes, there has been reports from very close sources that some of the players don't want Ole to still be there as their manager. There are players that are against him or has lost faith in Ole as manager. So there's some truth.
Yeah, but Chris, I don't like that though. Because I will never agree with players losing to get a coach sacked. You don't represent the coach, like you said, you represent the badge. How does it benefit? You can't do that. You have to leave board decision to board decision. Your job is not to get the coach fired. Your job is to get the team winning. That's your
Mhm.
job. And so I
Yeah.
can't do that. While I agree, I think one of the problems I'm having is this. Like I think every time Manchester loses a game, Fred name is called. All right.
Yeah. I think that
And
he's been out there a lot of times.
I think of all the players, in my opinion, Fred looked the best. Nobody's calling out Harry Maguire and Lindelof for their very poor performance in that game. Bruno Fernandes wasn't tracking back. Cristiano Ronaldo, who I think, though he's a goal scorer, he has contributed to some of the poor play of Manchester United because he doesn't
Mhm.
do enough when they don't have the ball. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
his
100%.
inclusion, I believe his inclusion in this team has
Has
affected
disrupted it.
has
It has
affected
disrupted it.
Bruno Fernandes in particular. I can't understand except for that 4 games, and I don't even think Cristiano Ronaldo was there in that first game, people. I mean, it has been like poor performance primarily by Bruno, poor performance after poor performance. So I think some bad decisions were made by the board and the people in leadership, and they too must take some responsibility for the form of Manchester United at this time.
Sorry about that, Mannings, man. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
you're right. Yeah, you're right. The players. I think that the thing with Fred, and the reason why a lot of people blame Fred is because of his past performances, which to me, to be honest, I think it's very unfair at times. But
Yeah.
it has not been the first time that a team has done so, management, where they don't play because they don't want the coach to be there. Chelsea, if you can remember, at one point was nearing relegation when Marino's last stint was
Yeah.
over by
Yeah.
the pensioners, and they got in a new coach, which was Antonio Conte. They started playing exceptionally well, and by next season they won the league. So I think they have done that. Not saying that it is right, because as you know, the board is the one that makes the decision. They
There
are
you
the
go.
end all and be all when it comes to club business. So and that is why I also have a gripe with the board members of Manchester United, because this is not the first time it has happened. He has not had bad performances for the first time management. It has happened a lot of time. Marcus Rashford had to miss months of football and training because he was nursing a shoulder injury. He's had that shoulder injury for a while, right? And Ole continued to play him for 90 minutes on end, including the Europa League final where he played 120 minutes. There's no way that you can manage. You're supposed to not only coach this team, but you're supposed to manage the players. There's no way you can be doing that. He's not playing Van der Beek. Van der Beek, who is a very versatile midfielder. Van der Beek in 2019 was nominated for a Ballon d'Or, along with
Yeah.
Matthias de Ligt and Frankie de
Yeah.
Jong.
Yeah.
He's a
With that,
versatile midfielder that we've paid almost 40 million pounds for, yet he cannot start a game. Why? This is the type of things I'm talking about. Now, Fred has had a lot of inconsistent performances, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people give him a lot of gripe and a lot of criticism. So if he is getting inconsistent performance and the fans are seeing it, if this was Ferguson, Van der Beek would have been starting a long time. And that is the problem that they're having with Ole. Ole is only using 3 players off the bench and 11 players on the field. And that poses a problem for a lot of the fans, because Lewandowski has said it. Thibaut Courtois said it. They're humans, So it, in my opinion, is one of the reasons why a lot of people criticize Ole, because he's not utilizing the players properly. The only person that I believe that Ole has managed properly is Edison Cavani.
Okay, well, here is Brian. Manasty is saying that Cavani helps United more than CR7. But since CR7 has been here, he has been getting less playing time. Why would you re-sign him and not be giving him enough playing time, though he was out for a while?
And not only that, but you have gone through the trouble, because remember, Cavani was on his way out to play in Argentina.
Yeah.
He was going to play for Boca Juniors. He was going to leave, and they literally did everything they could to keep him. I believe one of the reasons why he's more of an asset right now than CR7 is because he does everything in the team. He attacks, he runs back, he tracks back, he gets the ball, he runs into spaces. He's not standing one place stationary. Now, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo does not do that, but Edison Cavani right now is providing so much more. When we lose the ball, Cristiano Ronaldo is not tracking back, and that's the main problem. So I think that Edison Cavani, we need to, for one time, just probably start him, man, and see how good he is. I remember we were down 2-0 Mannings, man, against Southampton, and we put on Cavani, and it made a world of a difference. Scored, ran into spaces, even had one goal disallowed because of it. And I think that Cavani would make a difference in this squad. And another thing as well, Mannings, man, we need a true CDM.
Well, here's Manastiu again saying that Fred is the CDM and that's the engine, and so when a car fails, everyone looks to the engine. But is he the CDM? Because you play 2 CDM, and he seems to be the one who is allowed the liberty to go all over, while McTominay normally sits. So that's how I see them deploy that double pivot in the CDM role.
And to be honest, Fred is not a CDM. He, in my opinion, is better further up in the attack. If persons watch Shakhtar, even watch Brazil, he's not. Yeah, he's not that far back. When you look at Brazil's, the last game that Fred played for Brazil, he looked fantastic in that game. Got an assist too. Neymar's goal was an assist from Fred, and he was much further than he normally is at Manchester United. They need to plug him further if they're going to play him, because it seems as if he is always golden boy. He needs to play further up if you want him to be effective, because if you constantly put him in that CDM role, you're going to have inconsistent performances, and that is why a lot of people criticize him. I've watched him at Shakhtar. I don't think we needed him, to be honest. I'm not even going to lie. I don't think we needed him, but we have him, and we need to plug him in a position, Mannings man, where he is effective, and that CDM role is not effective at all.
Yeah, man. Great point, Chris. Really appreciate your insight. Very insightful. I think Ole is going to be given a few more games. I think if they're going to make a decision, they're going to wait until the next international window to make the decisions here. I don't think they're going to fire him now and then have an international window where the players go off and have a new coach. I think that decision will be made at the international window, which could be, over the next 2 weeks. You know what's going to happen? They're probably going to rebound, but this decision is still going to be made. So I think the players need to gel together, come together. I mean, we had this at Arsenal with Unai Emery and the Mikel Arteta situation. And sometimes a change of coach sets you back instead of moving you forward, depending on who the coach is. So what I think Manchester United fans need to look at is which coach out there is willing to come in and take the team that is better than it can't be just. I hear people saying they'll take anybody. That is not true.
No, I wouldn't take Antonio Conte in my squad. I'd more take either Ten Hag from Ajax, which I know is going to be difficult to let go because he has really implied a philosophy that has gotten Ajax looking like a great engine or a great team. They just dispatched Dortmund in the Champions League easily last week. So I think that I would have loved Ten Hag, but I would also like Zinedine Zidane. And the reason why I would like Zinedine Zidane, a man like Danny Van der Beek can flourish along under the tutelage of Zinedine Zidane. When you look at the fact that Marcus Asensio was a young midfielder, just like Danny Van der Beek. Danny Van der Beek, I believe, is like 24 years old. Even though he's at the prime of his career, he's not old, and he, I think, would flourish under Zidane's tutelage. Also, there are two players there that under Zidane's coaching has won 3 straight Champions League, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo and Rafael Varane. So I think that being that coach with a philosophy that has gotten him success. This is not a man that is a hurry come up. He wants the league plus 3 coming, young enough midfielder that can really be versatile for you. Then I think it would be good. But I don't want Kante. Kante is too defensive, and then if things don't go his way, he's like a Mourinho 2.0, so to speak. And I don't want another Mourinho like experience in the team. We've gotten that. I would say thank God we got trophies. We got a Carabao Cup and a Europa League trophy. So I am not upset about that, but I don't want another Mourinho experience because it's gonna be the same thing. And that's exactly what Antonio Conte is also doing. He does give you results, but I think after a while you'll see why I say he's Mourinho 2.0.
Yeah, man. Chris, I want to thank you for coming on. Thanks for your time. People, please, if you're watching the stream, for those of you who are still left and watching, please check out Chris, the sports guy. You hear him speak, and you know that this guy knows his stuff. Ardent Manchester United fan, but just a footballing genius. You understand me? I'm not the genius. He's a genius. Check out his channel and please subscribe to it. I'm going to be over there on Sunday trying to see if I can match up to him with his expert analysis and insight and things. So I know he's at work as well. So Chris, again, thanks for your time. I mean, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for jumping on to the stream. People, it is 1 o'clock. We have hit the 2-hour mark, and I want to thank all of you for staying. If you have not yet, please like the video. Right? Please like the video. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. We are at 1,660 subscribers. We are bold enough to say what that is. So we just need 40 more. If you can find 40 of your friends, relatives, and co-workers to just subscribe to the channel, then we'll get to 1,700 and we would celebrate that. Tomorrow's show, we have I call it the 3-piece. We have 3 persons you're going to want to hear from. I can't give you all the details, as you know, but one I can tell you about, his name is Den Hutchinson. He will be here tomorrow. You would have heard about him from teacher Lenny Hyde. And then we have 2 other very, very interested guests, past players that we are going to talk to. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. That's all I will say. And I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Right. So please. Yep. Check that out. I just got this as well. So as the show is closing, I'm going to read it. This is from the Inter-Secondary School Sports Association. It says, for immediate release, it says ISA gets green light to start schoolboy football. Dated the 25th of October 2021, it says the Inter-Secondary School Sports Association, ISA, is pleased to announce that the government of Jamaica has approved its application for the staging of schoolboy football this season. The organizing committee of ISA is now busy finalizing arrangements to commence the Manning Cup and the Costa Cup on Friday, November the 12th, or Saturday, November the 13th. For the first time in recent memory, the season will be divided into 2 segments, with the preliminary rounds and quarterfinals slated to be completed before Christmas break and the knockout stage when school resumes in January. It is mandatory that all players and officials wishing to participate take at least 1 dose of the COVID-19 vaccine before the start of the competition. Failure to comply automatically renders the individual ineligible. No spectators will be allowed for at least the preliminary round of competition. Participating schools who have also been granted approval to commence regular training training activities, along with joint training sessions among schools to facilitate preseason preparation, subject to the dictates of the Disaster Risk Management Act and final approval for such sessions by ISA, meaning practice games. ISA will utilize the 3 weeks preceding the start of the competition to fine tune all execution plans with its various stakeholders, including the relevant government agencies. ISA thanks the government of Jamaica for the confidence and trust placed in our organization. We implore all participants and the public in general to offer us its support through their commitment to abiding by all the established and agreed protocols which facilitated the approval. Here ended a reading of the ISA release. Thanks be to the sender. There you go, people. There you go. I'm going to drop this in the description so you can read it for yourself. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Trick Nick. Remember, you can get 25% discount on all Trick Nick product when you visit their online store at www.tricknick.ca and use the code I am sure sports 001. That's 25% discount on curry paste, jerk marinade, jerk season, jerk sauce, all of those things. Jamaican owned company operated there in Canada using authentic Jamaican ground provision and spices and herbs to make all of their products. Check them out and show them some love. Let them know that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. Big up to all the persons. Big up Claudia. You could be hearing from somebody special in the Legends Corner tomorrow, Claudia. You want to stay on for that. Big up Brian. They call him the man of steel. Some call him the man of sponge. Big up Kareem Grant and Carl Rowe. Thanks for all your comments. Fresh God. Jason. Shutter, King Jav, Ishmael, J. Ross, Jam Maui, Tomlinson, Coach's Desk, Denzel Mitchell, all the persons who came onto the stream, Denzel Chin, Sauti, George Preston, bless up. Next time you just come on, bro, and then we'll discuss some Arsenal thing and run with all of the Liverpool fans. You know, Sauti was on, Demo Dre was on, Chris Lynch was on, Issa was on, Chris, the sports guy, was on. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to everyone for making this a big deal. We appreciate all the love and support. Listen, make sure you have your lunch. Tomorrow you pack your lunch so you can have your lunch at your desk because it's going to be a truly inspiring show. I am so looking forward to it. You're going to hear some information that is absolutely unbelievable and incredible when you talk about Jamaica's past in terms of football. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic time. So stick and stay for that. We had an interview that we should have done yesterday with Omar. It never worked out, but we had a great show. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to do that interview and we're going to play it for you. Full interview so you can see it. It's going to be pre-recorded. It will be perfect. It will be awesome. It will be good. People, please stay safe. If you have to drive carefully. If you have to walk carefully. Right? Whatever you do it with the utmost care for yourself and also for others. Right? Think about others in all your action, deeds, and words. Right? Seek to understand before being understood, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Walk with this today. If you always do what you have always done, you will always be who you have always been. If you want to see change, let the change start with you. Don't look out the window. Look in the mirror and make the change there. Thanks to you. And we end with a word from our spot.
Make herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce. To your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?